Your brain doesn't just get tired, it actively consumes a finite cognitive resource, lower pitch with every single decision you make, from what to wear to what email to open next. And you're draining that precious fuel before you even begin the work that truly matters. This isn't a lack of discipline, it's a fundamental operating principle of your own neural hardware. Your brain is designed for efficiency, and it will ruthlessly optimize by shutting down your capacity for focus if you force it to juggle too many minor choices. In the next few minutes, you will understand the precise neurological mechanism of decision fatigue and how to engineer your environment to bypass this inherent limitation, allowing you to sustain deep focus effortlessly, day after day. Imagine your brain's capacity for directed attention and self-control not as an endless well, but as a specialized battery. Every deliberate choice you make throughout your day, no matter how small, draws power from this battery. Deciding between coffee or tea, choosing which task to tackle first, even resisting the urge to check a notification, each of these actions dips into your limited reservoir of executive function. Think of it like an electrical circuit that can only handle so much current before it starts to dim or trip a breaker. Your prefrontal cortex, the command center for conscious thought and deliberate action, is the primary consumer of this energy. It's a remarkable piece of biological engineering, but it operates with constraints, just like any complex machine. This isn't just a theoretical concept, it's been rigorously demonstrated in research. One pivotal study by Baumeister, Brodslavsky, Muravin, and Tice in 1998 provided foundational evidence for what they termed ego depletion. In their experiments, participants who were forced to exert self-control in one task, for example, resisting the temptation of freshly baked cookies while working on a tedious puzzle, subsequently performed worse on a second, unrelated task requiring self-control, like persisting with an unsolvable geometry problem. Their willpower battery was already drained. They weren't inherently less motivated. Their brain's capacity for sustained effort had been temporarily exhausted by the earlier act of resistance. You're not choosing to be less focused. Your brain has simply run out of juice for that specific type of cognitive effort. It's not a moral failing, it's a metabolic reality. The implication is profound. You don't need more willpower. You need to conserve the willpower you already possess. This brain mechanism isn't merely a fascinating psychological quirk, it's a direct, quantifiable obstacle to your real-world performance. Consider two individuals. On one hand, there's Sarah, a brilliant software engineer. She wakes up to a cluttered bedroom, spends 10 minutes debating between 4 different outfits, then 15 minutes scrolling through news headlines trying to decide which urgent email to tackle first. Her morning coffee involves selecting from a half-dozen brewing methods. By the time she actually sits down to write code, her brain has already made dozens of micro-decisions. What do you think her focus levels are? What's the quality of her output going to be on a complex debugging task? Now, envision Mark, another equally talented engineer. His morning routine is a seamless sequence. A pre-selected outfit hangs ready, his coffee machine is programmed to brew automatically, and his first work task is predefined the night before. His email notifications are off until 11 a.m. He walks into his office to a meticulously organized desk with only the essential tools visible. Mark has essentially outsourced dozens of decisions to his environment and his proactive planning. He conserves his precious cognitive battery for the actual demanding work of coding. The difference in their output isn't about their raw intelligence or their desire to succeed. It's about the efficiency of their brain's operating system. Research by Lally et al. In 2010 on habit formation at University College London highlighted just how crucial environmental cues are for automating behavior. Their findings suggested that repeating a behavior in a consistent context makes it more automatic, reducing the need for conscious decision-making. When you design your environment, you are quite literally building neural shortcuts, transforming intentional actions into effortless routines. Sarah is burning through her brain's premium fuel on trivialities. Mark is saving his for peak performance. Think about the difference in their mental state by 3 p.m. One is fatigued, scattered, and battling internal resistance. The other is still operating with clarity, still making high-quality decisions on complex problems because their willpower hasn't been squandered. Your environment is either a silent ally or a relentless saboteur. So, how do you harness this understanding and design an environment that actually works with your brain, not against its inherent limitations? Here are 3 concrete, brain-based techniques you can implement today. First, embrace decision minimalism. This isn't just about decluttering your physical space, it's about decluttering your mental landscape. For your morning routine, pre-select your entire outfit the night before. This eliminates the "what should I wear" drain. Have your breakfast ingredients prepped or a default meal plan established. Build intention. Before you even open your computer, decide on the single most important task you will accomplish that day. Write it down. When you finally sit down at your desk, your brain isn't immediately faced with a menu of choices and potential distractions. Instead, it encounters a clear, predefined path forward. This simple pre-commitment strategy prevents the initial depletion that often cripples focus before it even begins, ensuring your cognitive resources are available when you actually need to engage with your work. You're essentially telling your prefrontal cortex, "Don't worry, I've got this. Your energy is for the big stuff." Second, employ friction engineering. This involves strategically adjusting the difficulty of performing certain actions. To make desired habits effortless, reduce friction. If you want to start your day by writing, have your laptop open to a blank document the night before. Place your water bottle right on your desk. Make the default action the desired action. Conversely, increase friction for undesired habits. Want to avoid endless social media scrolls? Delete distracting apps from your primary home screen, or better yet, move them to a separate folder buried several layers deep. Plug your phone into a charger in an entirely different room while you work. This isn't about self-deprivation, it's about creating a physical and digital environment where the path of least resistance leads to productivity. Your brain, seeking efficiency, will naturally gravitate towards the easier, more accessible option. By making the wrong choice harder, you're not fighting an urge, you're simply presenting your brain with an objectively more difficult route. Third, practice strategic task sequencing. Understand that your willpower battery is fullest at the beginning of your day or after significant breaks. This is your cognitive prime time. Schedule your most cognitively demanding tasks, the ones requiring deep analysis, complex problem solving, or creative synthesis, during these peak periods. For most people, this is the first 2 to 3 hours after waking, provided you haven't already drained yourself with decision fatigue. Do not use this precious window for replying to non-urgent emails or attending non-critical meetings. Relegate administrative tasks, routine communication, and less demanding work to later in the day when your decision-making capacity is naturally lower. By aligning your most challenging work with your brain's natural energy cycles, you ensure that you are applying your highest quality cognitive resources to the problems that truly move the needle, rather than attempting to force deep work from an already depleted mind. This isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter by understanding your brain's operating hours. You are not merely a person who struggles with focus. You are now an architect of your own neural landscape. You understand that willpower is not an infinite moral virtue, but a finite biological resource, a precious fuel that must be conserved and strategically deployed. You have moved beyond simply trying harder and instead embraced the power of environmental design. Your relationship with productivity has shifted from one of internal battle to one of intelligent collaboration with your own brain. You are no longer fighting your cognitive limits, you are working within their elegant design. Embrace this newfound understanding. Engineer your surroundings, conserve your cognitive energy. This isn't about temporary hacks, it's about a fundamental re-engineering of your daily experience, leading to sustained, effortless focus. The knowledge of your brain's true operational manual is now yours. Apply it and watch your output transform. And what if the very tools you use, the invisible currents shaping your day, are silently dictating the limits of your potential? The insights into those unseen forces will change everything you thought you knew about control.